Hello everyone and welcome to week 15. I'm Heather Brandon, your course instructor, and it's a little bittersweet making this lecture because we only have one more week of the semester. I don't know how it happened. You are probably celebrating that fact, but I'm a little emotional about it. I'm going to miss all of you. You've done an outstanding job in this course, and this has by far been the best semester of 516 for me. I was actually talking to Dr. Bowers the other day about what course I might be teaching next semester since there is no 516 online being offered, and I actually requested to follow all of you to whatever class you're taking, but I don't think that's going to happen as you are taking 581 with her and then 560 sociocultural, which is not exactly my area of expertise, but who knows. In any case, I really enjoyed working with all of you. Thank you for your hard work. It's been a great semester, and I'm a little sad it's coming to an end. I am actually filming this before Thanksgiving. It is the Thursday before Thanksgiving, but I wanted to get this information out to you in case you wanted to take advantage of that fall recess and get some work done ahead of time. So, just in case I mention something, you kind of have a time frame in your head as to when I'm talking to you. So, yes. Let's talk about upcoming assignments. Well, first we have some announcements, and I emailed everyone, but please make sure to complete your student opinion questionnaire. You can access it online via the student portal or by clicking on the link for the course. Expect to receive multiple emails reminding you to do so, not from me, but likely from the university and the department if you haven't already taken it. There will also be a pop-up on your portal when you log in reminding you. Week 16, next week, you'll receive an additional survey to complete, but that's for my own personal use for improving the course when I teach it again soon. So this week there are a few readings back to Lipson and Wixon for just 4 pages on 4 or 5 pages on evaluating vocabulary. There is also an article that I've posted on Titanium about vocabulary assessment. And then lastly, in the core, you're reading about the core vocabulary screening assessment, which is the required assessment for this week's practicum session. There is no participation activity this week, so there you go. But you do have this group presentation upon you, and it is due December 6th, 2013. So the timeline again on Friday, December 6th, please note it's due Friday at midnight. So that way when week 16 officially begins, people are able to access and view it on the wiki page. So you will need to have the presentation up, all of the materials. The technology director should have the wiki page set up at this time. The communication manager should also have the discussion space set up at this time. Then from Saturday the 7th to December the 11th, your classmates will be reviewing the websites and giving feedback and asking questions, and then the communication manager will provide follow-up. So that is the group presentation. I have been seeing your pages online start to evolve, so keep working on those. Assignments due this week, December 7th at midnight. So presentation is due December 6th. Other work is due December 7th. That work includes WAPR number 10, the last and final one, and video number 6, the last and final one. Hooray to that. All right. Session 5, there are 4 assessments required, but 1 you already did. So first, as mentioned, is the core vocabulary screening. This is a measure of receptive vocabulary, so how well they understand terms and their awareness of terms. But we also want to do a measure of productive vocabulary, so how well they are able to produce vocabulary. So that is going to be done by looking at your writing sample from your fourth session with this second student, taking a look at the vocabulary they are actually producing in their. Next, you will need to give 2 additional assessments of your choice, but be thinking about areas where you need further assessment and that assessment data and work sample you want to collect for your group presentation. So you will be presenting on an additional assessment in your domain focus area of reading with your group, so you will likely need to be collecting some student work and a sample of that. So that would be an appropriate time to do that. And then because this is your last session with this student, please do some form of celebration with them. Thank them for all they did to give you all of the glorious data that you have. All right, the core vocabulary screening would be the one required assessment of this week. This is purely a measure of vocabulary because there is no text to comprehend and there are no context clues to be used. So these are words in isolation that they either know or they don't, or as I'll talk about in a minute, they may exhibit some level of knowledge for the word. So that is what it measures. Students essentially read a word in a box and then they need to underline one of 3 answer choices which has similar meaning. So they are looking for the synonym of the word in the box. There is a prompt on page 120 for you to follow. Please allow 10 to 20 minutes for this assessment. Now with this assessment, you can test at their grade level. However, they actually have to read the words themselves. So it is somewhat of a decoding and word recognition assessment. So you may need to go a little closer to their independent level and try out their independent level first if it's lower than their grade level, and then build up. So I'll leave it up to you where you want to start. I would start at their independent level and go up as opposed to starting at grade level. All right, wow, that was fast. Are we there yet? We are so close. Just a reminder, December 6th, group presentations are due. Week 15, that's this week, you have WAPR 10, video number 6. And then for our final week of the class, all we have is a participation activity where you are giving your feedback to your classmates on their presentations. And I'll tell you more next week about what that will look like. And then there will be a short 10-question Zoomerang survey as well. And that will be our final week because there is no RTI plan. Hooray! I think that everyone worked really hard on the first installment and collaborated really well with peers, had strong rationale for their instructional decisions, considered the implications of their instructional decisions. So I don't feel that you need to do any more work on that front. So no RTI plan, but 2 different participation activities. All right, that being said, I'm going to stop there and turn it over to part 2, which is going to be focused on vocabulary. Disclaimer that the next 2 screencasts I did last semester when I like to say the word a lot. So my apologies to you now for that. These were pre-recorded last semester, but they still have great content in them. All right, enjoy those.